What's up everyone, it's me Sebastian, aka your body fat's biggest enemy, back with another video. Today we're talking about why you're not losing weight, and more importantly, how to get back on track. Getting stuck on the same weight is normal, and maybe not even a problem, if it's short-lived. But if you've been stuck on the same weight for more than 2 weeks, you just might have some issues to take care of. Don't worry though, I've got your back. My average weight loss client loses 5 pounds in 30 days, even with some ups and downs. How? We check for problems, and then we get back to a caloric deficit, which is the key to success. If you maintain the right caloric deficit, you will lose real weight each week, no questions asked. So let's run through these steps for you right now. First up, we need to check if there's even a problem. There are tons of ways to lose weight, and I don't want to derail anyone who's actually making progress but thinks they're stuck. So before jumping ship, here are 2 tests you want to fail before you say you're not losing weight. The first is weight. Obviously, if your weight hasn't dropped for a few weeks, that's a good sign that something's up. However, if your weight hasn't dropped for a few days, that's not as concerning. Your water weight will change daily, and that has nothing to do with your fat loss progress. So don't let it discourage you. For example, look at my weights from the start of last week. On days where I both exercised the same and ate the same. On Monday, 207.5. On Tuesday, almost 210. And then on Wednesday, 206.5. If these changes were all fat, I'd need a new pair of pants every day of the week. Instead of daily weight, let's look at my average weight from last week compared to my average weight from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, 207.6. Last week, 207.2. That's almost a half-pound drop, which is exactly the rate I'm looking for at 14% body fat. Fat loss is slow, so don't expect to see a real change every day. If your average weight is going down half a pound to 1.5 pounds each week, you pass this test. But if your weekly average stays the same or goes up for more than a couple of weeks, hold this L. I mean, go on to test number 2. Pictures. Most people start weight loss plans to improve their physique, so naturally, it's a good thing to track. That's why taking pictures is a great tool. It lets you compare your past look to your present look. If your present pics look better than your past pics, you're headed in the right direction, regardless of what the weight says. Look at this woman who we'll call Sam. Her after picture is heavier than her before picture, despite looking a lot slimmer. In this case, lack of weight loss isn't a problem. She's clearly gained muscle and lost fat. So while Sam failed the weight test, she crushed the picture test. So she has nothing to worry about. But if both your appearance and your weight haven't changed after a few weeks, your current strategy isn't working.
In that case, it's time for a new plan.
Fat loss approach. Now that we know there's a problem, let's talk about the solution. The holy grail of fat loss, if you will. And that's a calorie deficit, aka getting less calories than your body needs. This is the foundation for any real weight loss plan. If you don't give the body the calories it needs, it uses the calories it already has. It's that simple. Calorie deficits are usually made in at least one of 2 ways: eating less and exercising more. Do you know which approach is better? Let's put them to the test. What takes more time, eating or exercising? Obviously exercising. What's the first thing to go when you're sick or injured? Eating or exercising? Again, it's exercising. When there's a holiday or you go on vacation, what's easier to avoid? Eating or exercising? Exercising. What's easier to live without? Eating or exercising? Exercising. See the trend? Exercising is the first thing to go when life gets tough. So why are you gonna plan your weight loss on something that comes and goes? That's setting yourself up for failure from the start. That's why my number 1 advice is to make a calorie deficit with food, because it's always there. The people who successfully manage their eating are the people who ultimately lose weight and, most importantly, keep it off. And since this channel is about weight loss success, all our plans revolve around managing food. Execution. Now that we know what we're doing, let's talk about how to do it. First, download a weight management app. I recommend MyFitnessPal or Lose It app. When you sign up for these apps, they give you a caloric deficit, and it's actually a pretty good one. Now you're ready to roll. This is what tracking's gonna look like. Each morning when you wake up, go to the scale, weigh yourself, and record the result on the app. After that, take a nice mirror selfie and save that too. Remember the 2 tests from earlier? You need to keep track of this data so you can see how you're doing. And then there's the big kahuna, food tracking. You need to track everything you eat and its portion size on the app. This includes anything you eat or drink that has calories. For this, I highly recommend getting a food scale. Weighing out your portions is much more accurate than guesstimating. For my clients, having a scale and food scale is non-negotiable, and I recommend that everyone have both. If you need them, I'll leave some affiliate links below for the scales that I use. Alright guys, I hope this video helped explain why you're not losing weight. Remember, it starts and ends with a caloric deficit. Caloric deficit, caloric deficit, caloric deficit. I want everyone to comment caloric deficit down below, so I know that you know what you're talking about. We've got a pretty fun video planned for next time, so see you guys then. So if there's any background distracting noise during that video, there's one culprit and one culprit only. Sparky, how dare you ruin the video? Ruined it. How dare you, Sparky?